Hello and welcome to the Dream Team Tonic podcast. In today's episode, I'm joined by our regular co-host, Ben. We've dragged you away from the Leicester game. How are you getting on?
I'm all right, mate. You okay?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I started to feel Christmassy after Matt joined us last week, so I've joined the Christmas jumper hype.
Stand up.
Deck the halls. Deck the halls.
Rice, baby.
Oh, mate, he's so good. Anyway, not an Arsenal pod. It's a Dream Team pod. And we are joined by special guest Connor, also known as Conker in our Discord and on Twitter. You might know him as Conker FF. He's the writer of our weekly watch list, resident Newcastle correspondent, and also one half of the greatest tag team in the Dream Team Tonic Tag Team League. Hello, Connor.
Tune. Hey up.
How's that for an intro?
It's not as good as the Eye of the Tiger.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. You keeping well?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Good stuff. Apart from the old Champions League exit, but
We don't talk about that.
You're back on track. I want to say a little hello to everyone in the chat as well, quickly. So we've got Nathan joining us. We've got Ash joining you. We're early actually, Ash. So Ash likes to keep it punctual. We've got Andy Barnett in the chat. We've got Gaz. We've got Paul. We've got Ben, but obviously you're here. Philip Harrison, Lee Doherty, and Connor Tobin. Wow, we're packed today. Welcome, everyone. Because you're our guest, Connor, we'll kick off with your team first, shall we? Want to talk us through how you're getting on?
All right. Well, this week I'm feeling Christmassy because we're only 7 days till Christmas now. So I've got a Christmas tree-shaped team, the 4-5-1, and it's absolutely banged it this week. 98 points, and Simicus 11 points. I was going to bing him off, but glad I've kept him now. Got Dubravka, nice 9-point clean for a 1.6 mil keeper. 11 points from Tino. Gonna be one of the best fullbacks in the world. Trent, 14 points. Paqueta, 13. Well, I love Paqueta. He's a better James Ward-Prowse. You got Ward-Prowse, swap into Paqueta. Saka, 5 points. Standard, everyone's got him. 6 points from Foden. I feel like everyone's kind of got him as well. Kept faith with Gordon because I heard it was 50-50 that he's going to start. So I just thought I'll keep him because I want him for next week's fixtures. So I kept him, got 8 points. That's nice because I think he was the third most transferred out this week. And Boeing, 9 points, just put him in because I thought he'd do well. Got a goal so far. And Captain Salah, boring. And he's done poor. I think Salah's crap, but we need to keep him. He's not the same Salah that we used to have. It's because he's playing too far wide, but everyone's got him and everyone's captained him, so I thought I'd play it safe.
Yeah, he was the go-to captain, wasn't he? I think, or the safe captain at least.
Yeah.
Have you got any plans for next week?
Not really, no. I'm just going to see how midweek games play out first. If Haaland's back, get him in, obviously. And I was going to get rid of Paqueta, but the 13 points, it's swaying my mind a bit. I mean, everyone's pretty much got me points. It's hard to pick one person to get out. Simicus, I'd like to get rid of him because he's only really going to get one game. I'll be surprised if he plays West Ham.
Plenty of Newcastle in there. I think Dubravka's still a good pick. Do you reckon you might end up replacing him in January? I've got my eye on him still, but
yeah, he's definitely good till January. I don't know. He's a bit 50-50. A lot of Toon fans want rid of him, and a lot of them want to keep faith. I think we could do with a new keeper. I'd like Ramsdale or Rimsdale, as we just likes to call him. I love Ramsdale, but I can't see you lot letting him go now because Raya seems like he's got a few mistakes as well. It's hard.
Yeah, I think we'll at least want our money back as well. And I don't know if you guys would pay it or not. Really, with Pope still in there.
What was it? 30 mil for him?
Yeah, I think it was about that. Yeah.
Oh, I'd pay that in a heartbeat. We've got the Saudis. We're richest, richest team in the world.
Do you know what moves you've got locked in, or still thinking wait and see how the week goes?
Yeah, if Haaland's back, Haaland in, just wait for the rest of the games to play out and see what happens.
Ben, I got excited doing the long intro, but we had a few questions down as well, didn't we, for Connor for his season? So do you want to go on those?
So I see you've got 98 points this week. How have you been getting on so far this season?
At the start, I had a shocker. Started with De Bruyne, got bullied and discarded for a couple of weeks about it. Started with Timber, he went off injured as well. So KDB and Timber injured straight away. And I kept Rashford for about 7 weeks, and he's drained nearly all my budget. Been crap. And then I decided to stop being stubborn. I took him out for the part of the bus week, and it's been up from there. Game week 9, best game week in season. Nothing will top it. And I've just been playing more aggressive, and playing more aggressive this season seems to be the way to go, because I started off playing like last season, where I'd start with my heavy hitters, and I started with my heavy hitters, and I'll try to play it long game, but you can't really do that. You just need to like splooge all your transfers all the time and just attack for fixtures. I feel like that's the way to go, and it's got me from 10k all the way to like I think it's 1.6 now. I am, so I've climbed. Help from part of the bus, but that only took me to 6k. So I've got from 10k to 6k with part of the bus, and then the rest has been me. So I'm happy with that.
You want to give Ben a bit of advice this season. he's the late bloomer normally.
He started with Rashford, well, didn't you, Ben?
Yep. I started with Rashford. Sounds a bit like your story. Rashford, all the big hitters, and I was patient, and yeah, they all needed to come out eventually. Pretty much all of them. All the Man United ones anyway. Have you been enjoying the new format?
Yeah, just have to embrace it, don't you? It's just another fantasy game. Well, yeah, it's just another fantasy game. I've been enjoying it. I like that and Sky. A big Sky fan. Doing well in that. I think I'm 600th now with 31 transfers to go. If you know anything about Sky, I think that's pretty good.
How many transfers?
31.
Yeah,
and I'm like 600. So I'm doing well in that. And Dream Team, I'm plugging along now. I'm enjoying it.
You playing any other formats?
I've got FPL on go, but I don't really look at that. I'm up in 2 million. I think I've gone up 500k, but who cares?
Should we go on to your one, Ben?
Yeah, can do. 74 points this week. So was pretty happy with that. So I looked at Connor's team. So I got Salah captain, 12 points. Darwin Núñez, 1 point. He's got more yellow cards over these last 4 weeks than goals and assists. Shocking. Can't wait to get rid of him now. James talked me into him. I'm blaming James. I was slagging him off all last season, saying he's a donkey, and then I put him in for this period because I thought, yeah, good fixtures. I think it started with Sheffield United, didn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Don't I had him 12th man that week. I think he's one of them. You've just got to put him in at some point to learn the lesson. You don't learn until you've been stung.
Yeah. Transfers this week, I brought in Alexander-Arnold, who's got 14 points, and Jared Bowen got 9. So it's not the good transfers. Finally got rid of Fernandez, who had his 5th yellow card, so he's suspended.
done all right this week.
Yeah. Can't remember who the other player I had.
Oh, I can't remember.
Who was the other one I had?
You already done Lindelof out, didn't you?
Hey?
You done Lindelof out the week before.
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been Haaland.
Yeah, it's Haaland, yeah.
Yeah.
Completely forgot about Haaland. Yeah, it was Haaland. So obviously Trent had a double over Haaland. So I just thought I've got to get Trent in eventually. He's been spanking me. So I'm so glad to have him in now. It was good watching the game with him in the team like at the weekend. Yeah, still got Keller in goal. I'm hoping he'll play in the cup against West Ham. He played last week in the European game as well, didn't he? So he got one of the fixtures. But next week, game week 17, I don't think he'll play at all. So I might be getting rid of him.
Who's got your eye on as a keeper?
It's got to be Dubravka, isn't it? It's just a gift.
The only
at that
option.
Price. It's the gift at that price, isn't it? 1.6 million, and the fixtures are really good. He just got a clean sheet as well. So yeah. Trippier suspended, but should play midweek. So looking forward to get some points off him. Saliba 9 points. Good clean sheet against Brighton. First team to keep Brighton out in it for the Premier League.
It's dominant as well. It's a really good win.
Yeah. Simicus 11 points. He done well. And Lascelles got 7. Foden got me 6. Saka 5. Yeah, that's the troops.
I was going to just ask while we've got you, Connor, because you've got Livramento and Ben's got Lascelles. What do you think is what's going to be the back line at the minute? Because you've got Burn now back in, but then Burns had to cover at centre back when Shares now got injured, and you've got Botman still on the bench. So do you think Lascelles at risk, or do you think Livramento might be at risk, or do you reckon everyone will just get a bit of time, sort of thing?
Lascelles.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Lascelles could play, and because he might not want to risk Botman as much. And Burn, obviously, he's coming back from injury, but he prefers him at left back. I don't know. Personally, I'd say that Tino's minutes might be more risk than Lascelles, but I still prefer Tino because of the upside and bonus.
Yeah, I thought from a actual football point of view that watching Livramento, he's been so good that I sort of thought maybe Burnley's going to get pushed back at centre back.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. It's hard to call. I won't like to say it could go either way. It'll be Lascelles or Tino losing minutes.
Either way, glad to have him back.
Yeah.
Botman came off the bench, didn't he, for the last few minutes as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, good to get a few back. So you definitely reckon it's Dubravka for you in goal to replace Kelleher, because I'm in a similar scenario.
I think it's a gift, 1.6 million.
Yeah,
especially like you said till at least January. And they might get a new keeper then, but
yeah, we haven't got to worry though. We've got the transfers, haven't we, to get him out if we need to. So yeah, 80 points for me. This game week, so still not as good as Connor either. 1,739 total, and I've dropped out of the top 100. Dropped like a stone. 110th, I think. Kelleher in goal, obviously same story as you. Hopefully he plays midweek. I've got Simicas 11, Saliba 9, and Trent with 14. Gordon on 8, Saka with 5, Bowen with 9, Foden with 6. And then Isak with the blank. That was a bit of a gutting one, really, because I thought there was no sign that he was out, was there? Not that I'd seen. I was kind of paying attention to Gordon apparently being missing, but I wasn't expecting the Isak to be out.
He failed a late fitness test.
Was it?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. But I think he'll play midweek, so he should be fine. It'll just be more of a precaution rest.
Yeah. Salah with the captaincy, the same. And then I bought Son in for Haaland. I think he's not looking good on that one because it was either between Son or Watkins, but I was fancying Son, to be fair. Watkins done the business. So 6 points for Son. But yeah, the next moves is the same, really. It just depends whether or not Haaland's back available. I want to replace the keeper, either for the Bravka, or I might keep an eye on Petrovic. Might just keep an eye and see whether Sanchez makes the bench or if he looks like he's coming back. Isak will probably be the one that goes for Haaland if he's coming back in as well. But yeah, let's move on. I think we've had a few more join us in the chat since. So Flowerpot Man, hello. Got a question for you, Connor. Did you have a good nap?
It was all right, but shorter than I expected.
Was preparing for the pod. Hello to Nathan. Seth's joined us as well. Plevna. Baz, we'll flash that comment up anyway. That's about it. So we'll move on. We'll move on to Benji on the takeover for the fixtures.
Yeah. What do you want to look at, mate?
Well, this is your fixture ticker that's up for the patrons that you regularly update, isn't it? But we've had the addition of some Champions League games.
Yeah. Well, the Champions League draws today, wasn't it? So Man City got Porto and Arsenal got Copenhagen.
Other way
around. Oh,
we've got Porto.
Well, it's wrong on there then.
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, we've got Porto. City.
Yeah, you've got Porto and Man City got Copenhagen. Yeah. So, is it Man City you're playing first? Let me just double check that.
I think, I'll bring it up here. That's the full draw. 13th of Feb, away at Copenhagen.
Yeah, so Man City's playing first. Just check that. Yeah, Man City's playing first. So Man City's got a double game week against Man United and Copenhagen. And then the week after, Arsenal have Brentford and Porto.
I think I haven't checked it out myself, but I'm in a chat with a few Arsenal fans, and I see someone post earlier that we've got home games following on from both of our Champions League games, which is quite decent. Should make it quite good. Connor, you got anyone you like in the look of on the old fixture ticker at the minute? Anyone you're looking to target?
I like Villa immediately. To be fair, it's like I said earlier, it's more short term, so it's mainly Villa and Newcastle. I'm not really looking at February just yet. But yeah, Newcastle, Villa. I mean, West Ham look all right. I like them in the hard fixtures. I feel like West Ham could get something score-wise. We've got a good attack.
None of us got any Chelsea, have we? And their run's looking good. They've been a bit on and off at the minute, haven't they? But is that Sheffield United next?
They didn't look too convincing against Sheffield United last week. This week's fixture is Sheffield United, I think.
Yeah. Wolves.
Just played.
Yeah.
Wolves and Crystal Palace double game week this week.
Yeah, that was quite good on paper. And then followed by Luton as well. Palmer. Anyone fancying Palmer yet?
Yeah, but he's just that fourth. He's on 4 yellow cards, isn't he? If he gets a yellow in the first game, miss the second one.
I was going to put him in this week, but it's the yellow cards that put me off. Luckily, I had him in Sky, so it even get out a bit, but I was going to put him in this week. I'm good I haven't.
I think they roll over soon. I can't remember how many games it was.
Then game week 19, after game week 19, isn't it?
So we've got to survive 2 more games.
Mm.
And then you've got you've flagged up the AFCON. Do you want to tell us when the?
Yeah, so the African players, and I believe the Asian players, they'll be going to the Asian Cup have to report for duty after the 3rd of January. So I'm not sure if they'll play the possible FA Cup games before the 3rd of January or on the 3rd of January. But they definitely can play up to game week 18 anyway. So you've got 2 more game weeks of them, definitely, and then they're off
Yeah, I'm
until
feeling
game week 23, 24 possibly. But that's depending if they go through it, if they qualify for the groups and, get to the later stages. What's that, mate? What are you going to say?
I was looking at our FA Cup game against Liverpool, so Arsenal versus Liverpool, and I was sort of thinking that maybe we could get away with them not having Salah, but apparently I think he'll play that one and then go. I think potentially.
Yeah. So what date's that on? Is that on the Saturday?
Saturday the 3rd, yeah.
Yeah, because they have to leave it by the 3rd. So
he'll probably spank us and then leave.
Yeah, they have until the 3rd to play, so he could possibly play that, but it's risky picking African players now, I think.
Yeah, I've got Son as well. Is there anyone that you'd have to get out? So who have you got in yours, Connor?
I've been kind of playing around it. That's why I also have avoided Son.
You've just got Salah, haven't you, in your one?
Yeah. Because Ben made a good point in Discord about having to get rid of them all at the same time, and it's a bit of a problem down the line. So I'm trying to avoid it.
Yeah, it looks like both of you both on Salah. And I've got Salah and Son to sort out. You were advising me to go Watkins, weren't you, for that reason?
Yeah, because it's easy saying, "Oh, we've got loads of transfers," but you can only use 2 a week. So you're going to.
We just saw this week.
Eh?
We just saw this week as well, didn't we? It only took Haaland and then Trippier, or Haaland and someone else to get suspended, and then it's all out, isn't it? We've quickly got on the screen as well. One of the other perks of the Patreon community is we get the weekly watch list from Connor. The Oracle as well. You want to talk us through what you do?
Yeah, I'm renaming it to the Oracle list, because if you followed this week, you might have put Kudus in, and he got the most points out of everyone for the week so far. But I've also put an AFCON warning on it. So there was you can put him in, but just be wary of the AFCON coming up. And that's constantly updated with bonus. I can see it there. Saka's on top bonus at minute 31. It's just handy to have it all in one place. And next week, not next week. February, it'll obviously have all Champions League fixtures and all that.
Sorted. I need to pay attention to that a bit more, I think. I should have put Kudus in. I should have put Kudus in my team.
Tony put Kudus in, didn't he?
Oh yeah, go on. You tell him. You tell him what Tony's been up to this week.
Yeah. So Tony, he went out in Liverpool, didn't he, this weekend, like a Christmas do, and he got back to us and he said, "I'm putting in Kudus," and I was like, "Oh yeah, fair enough." And then he says, "I'm putting Jimenez in as well."
He played first as well, didn't he? He played first.
He's doing really well. He was in the top 100 or top 200, and now because he had picked Kudus, he's in. I think he's 81st now overall.
He's done me. He's jumped me.
He's done well with that pick. He said he wanted to go differential this week, so that's why he went for Jimenez and Kudus.
In one of my mini leagues, I think Scott knows what it is. It's a pie chat one, like a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
And it's got Ashton Horn in it and all of them. And Oz is in it. And Tobbs. And someone in that league, they put Jimenez in, but they also captained him.
Oh, no. In Dream Team?
Yeah, in Dream Team.
Oh, no.
I don't know why on earth he captained Jimenez. It was sat in third as well, so it's not even like I'm going to try and get into it.
That tackle was mental as well, wasn't it? I'm not even sure what he was trying. It was like a flying bum face, wasn't it? Mental. Right, speaking of Kudus, so I just quickly brought up from ffstuff.co.uk. So we just got the top scorers for game week 16, but few bits we noticed. So you got quite a few with maximum bonus points. We just turned this into a little quick quiz for the chat if anyone can get it. But you got Kudus with 5 bonus, Trent with 5 bonus, Bruno Guimaraes with 5 bonus. Which other player, if you're in the chat, which other player got 5 bonus points this week? There was another one. I'll give a couple of minutes in there. What do you reckon of Kraft, by the way? 1.1 million, managed 12 points.
He played well, but I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. Off the bench as well.
The first one in. Kyle Walker, 5 bonus points. I think he finished on 7 for the week. But yeah, surprising one there. Someone put that in the Discord, didn't they? Was it you? Was it someone else?
Yeah, or me. Conceded 2, still gets 5 bonus as a defender who doesn't attack.
Yeah. That was a bit of a surprising one, but Big Dan Burn up there as well. Kulusevski, do you reckon, is he pickable? I think we've got a question on it, but any of you liking the look of him?
Yeah.
I think he's all right for money, 3.2. Very, very cheap, to be fair.
I feel like I've picked him in quite a couple of seasons now, and he's just always one of these ones who I put in and they do absolutely nothing.
That was same for me last season with him.
Yeah.
But I think he's on my list of never putting in again. But I've also said on one of answers to questions, he's not a bad option.
He is playing a different role now, though. Before he was playing as a right-sided forward winger, and he was just doing the same thing over and over again, cutting inside on his left foot, going down the wing, cutting inside, and it just got so obvious what he was doing. But now he's playing as a number 10. He can go like either way, and he's getting involved with the goals and assists. So he's definitely looking good for that price as well, 3.2.
He scored a good one other week. It was a header, wasn't it? Or good header.
There might be a few opportunities open up once Son goes away. You could have him or maybe Richarlison. And then just the top 1K ownership. This was also on FF stuff. I don't think there's too many surprises really, but I've just noticed that Haaland was down to like 17% in the top 1K. You're pretty set that you'll get him straight back. What's your sort of like flow chart with Haaland? Is it just straight back in, or you got to wait and see if he does anything in the Club World Cup?
I'll probably just be putting him straight in, to be honest. There'll be a part of me who will want to chance it, because there'll be another part of the season where I'm talking to Scott in DMs about possibly going without Haaland to get Saka and Salah and all that for like Sheffield United for Saka. But it can just punish you in a single game week. If I didn't go with Haaland that week, I got crap points from Saka, and I missed a Haaland hat trick against Man U. What Man U? I think it was.
Yeah, he scored a hat trick against Man U last year.
Yeah, or that week. So I'll probably just stick him in and be safe.
What about you, Ben? Straight back in?
No, I'm not too worried about not having him for one game, because it's a single game week, and I won't be captaining him anyway, and I can't see many people captaining him in a single game week when everyone's playing doubles. So
especially
probably the week after. Oh, definitely the week after. But I think I can go one more week without him. It won't hurt too badly with not being a captain option, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it is the captaincy that will kill you, won't it? Because what is it? Worse. I was trying to work it out the other day, but worst case, if he gets a hat trick, it's like 20. I think it's like 23 points or something now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so I feel like you might be able to live with that, but if it's doubled, yes, that's a nightmare, isn't it? Right, on to the questions, listener questions then. So we've got David87. Watkins or Trippier, captain game week 17? And then just your general captain picks. Do you want to go first, Con?
Yeah, I've put Trippier over Watkins next week, but it's really close. But I'm edging towards Trippier because he's got more routes to points. Because I've noticed when Watkins doesn't score, he gets hardly anything. He might have like a shot or two on goal. Trippier without a clean, he can still get 6-7 points, and with a clean, it's just a massive upside on captain. And he's just really good for bonus, and he's on all set pieces. I mean, it's 2 really good fixtures for clean. You get 4, but we all knew how that happened. What happened last week with Arsenal against Luton and that. So who knows? But I'd edge Trippier just because of more routes to points.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. Exactly what you said. More routes to points. Even if he doesn't score, he could get bonus. And obviously he can get clean sheets as well. Watkins isn't a bad captain choice, though. Obviously, beware. If you're parking the bus, you can't captain a defender. So if you are parking the bus, then, yeah, you can captain Watkins, but you can't captain Trippier. So, because somebody did it, didn't they, on one of your videos? They captained a defender on their part of the bus and lost their captaincy points completely.
Yeah, I can't remember which way around it happened. I think someone's told me it cancelled their captain or changed their captain for them, and someone else told me it just cancelled their part of the bus.
Yeah,
as well. So just make sure.
Oh, right.
I guess it depends which way you activate it first. If you activate your part of the bus, then captain defender, I think it takes off the part of the bus chip. But yeah, not ideal either way, really. Interesting that though, because I was leaning towards Watkins actually, but I think you kind of did sway me there. So I was kind of with Trippier, kind of what you said, Connor. Like that Luton away game, I think it's 1 clean sheet. I think people have kept there, and that was Spurs. And then obviously Arsenal conceded, Liverpool conceded, City conceded. Yeah, on paper, I don't think that one looks as good. Obviously, there's going to be exceptions, but yeah, I feel like Watkins could smash that Sheffield United game. I at first glance I said Watkins, but I think you put up a quite convincing argument there with Trippier. So
Watkins is the more exciting pick, and
yeah.
You're just wanting a mega haul against Sheffield United, and then if you don't, then he gets nothing.
It's a good point though, because I was watching the live match center on FF stuff as well, and you can see all the live points, can't you? Tick along. And I was watching Watkins during that game. Well, I was watching Arsenal, but I had that open next to us, and I was just watching him, and he was on 2. He was on 2 like the whole game, and I was like, yeah, this is all right because I haven't got him. And then as soon as he scored, up to 8 or whatever it was, yeah, he kind of, unless he's having a lot of shots or a lot of action, he's not getting points elsewhere. What about general captain picks? Anyone other than these 2?
Bit boring, but I'd say Salah.
Yeah, I think I've just got Watkins, Trippier, Salah, one of them 3 at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not well. You could captain a Chelsea player, but like you say, Palmer or Sterling are on 4 yellow cards. So, yeah, Son maybe.
That's what I was looking at because I've got Son, and I was trying to have a look and think: do I think Everton at home and Brighton away looks better than Liverpool for Salah? So Arsenal for Salah, then West Ham. But Everton are doing well, aren't they? Everton are doing well, and they're looking really good. The Brighton one, I'm not that fussed about because I think that can just be so end to end. Either way, I think he'll get chances. But yeah, it's going to take a lot for me to go away from Salah. I think I like to play it safe. Then just question 2 then was just stick or twist on Isak for 17. I've got Isak, so I'd like to know your thoughts. Advise me.
I just twist because he's got the rotation with Wilson now, and he's obviously got something up with him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have got rested. So if you want a Newcastle attacker or someone who can get goals, Gordon. I was going to say Jolinton, but he went off. Miggy, if you want to risk it, but I won't go Miggy. No. Gordon's probably your only attacking option, which you want who's relatively risk-free. Other than that, I just jump Isak for like a Watkins or an extra midfielder who you want, or Song.
Yeah, what about you, Ben?
Well, it depends what happens on Tuesday against Chelsea. Wilson might pull up again and get injured, and then Isak is number one again.
Yeah.
So yeah, he could get the double game week against Luton and Forest. So it just depends what happens midweek, really, and because if he is nailed in the team, then he's a good option for that week. But yeah, at the moment, it looks like he's rotation risk. Just depends, team dependent as well. If you've got loads of things that need sorting in your team, bit like my team, so you probably could leave him for another week. But yeah, like I say, it depends what happens in the match.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm starting to lose patience, to be honest. He was smashing it, wasn't he? He was smashing it. Then he had that injury and was out for a while. Then he came straight back, got 8 points, back again, 8 points. And then I thought, yeah, this looks good. I'm bringing him in. And he's had double game weeks the whole way through. He got 3 points and 2, 2 points and 1, and I did not play since I brought him in. So I think I probably would have got rid of him before for Son if Haaland hadn't have been injured. But yeah, I
feel like it's the way we play. We play down wings a lot, and when we're passing it in, it's normally midfielder that it drops to, not Isak. We're not crossing it to him, so he gets isolated quite a bit. Or like Isak might have him and pass it out to wing.
It was quite unlucky. There was one I'm pretty sure he hit the bar in one of the recent games, and then he had that one that he just absolutely sliced across the box. But yeah, I think I'm going to move him out for. If Haaland's back, I'll just do Haaland for Isak. I've already got Salah and Son. Or if Haaland isn't back, I'm probably just going to do Watkins in for him, I reckon. Yeah, twist for me. And third question from David is, do you spunk all of your spare Haaland funds for top players now, or swap like for like value so you can do a straight swap when he's back? Are you keeping that Haaland money behind? Go on, I'll let you, Ben. You go first.
Just make sure you have a route back to him. Don't give yourself a headache with these 1 week punts. In case you get an injury, or suspension. So yeah, you can easily get back to him as well with a cheap player and Haaland. So I would spend the money if you surely you've spent the money, or if you've still got him in your team, you might as well leave him there now. You know what I mean? No point moving him on when you've already got him in your team. But if you have already moved him on, you could still move the money around. Like I say, game week 18's the week I'm looking at targeting Man City players. Obviously Sheffield United is the game they've got there, and then they play Huddersfield after that. So in the FA Cup, so that's the time for me to bring him back in. I really like Watkins for game week 17, and he's got a double game week, can he, as well? It's Sheffield United and Man United.
I guess it depends what happens in this Club World Cup, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
we could have that same scenario we've had the last time where if he doesn't end up playing in this Club World Cup, I think the final is on. I think the final of this Club World Cup is potentially on the Friday, or unless it might be Friday or Wednesday. I can't remember which one. But basically, if he doesn't play on that one, you're going to have no information again going into that Everton game because it's later in the week, isn't it? It's going to be so hard to decide.
They play the semi-final tomorrow, don't they?
Is it semi tomorrow? So it's got to be the final. I think the final is like 1 hour before the deadline. I'll have to check it out, but I remember looking at it recently. So it's going to be a bit of a rush.
Friday's the final.
Yeah.
6 o'clock.
Yeah, so 1 hour before deadline. So that's going to be a scramble, isn't it? If he's not in the squad at all or something.
They're playing Fluminense in the final. They beat Al Ali today 2-0.
Who, City?
No, Fluminense beat Al Ali
yeah.
in the semi-final. So that's who they're playing. Remember Marcelo from Real Madrid? He plays for him. They got Martinelli in midfield as well.
Now we'll have to snatch him up. What about you, Con? Are you able to get back there in one move, or?
Yeah, I think it's pretty hard to spread for funds, unless you're upgrading all your cheap defenders. But I can't see anyone doing that. You either have enough funds to give it back in one move, or you might be like 0.5, 1 mil short. You can easily get back from somewhere else with another move.
Just put Dubravka in.
Yeah,
that's the get out of jail, isn't it? Yeah, at the moment I'm setting up so that I can get back there straight away, really. But I see a few people on different games sort of say that they might just wait until Salah or Son go, getting back that way. But I feel like that's too risky in this game, don't you?
Yeah, awful.
Yeah, I think you can't not put him in for Sheffield United in game week 18.
Too risky.
And Salah'll still be here then, won't he? Because that's Newcastle at home.
The next one, I think that's Patrick changing his name. DT Part the Bus game week 17 wants to know your best 5 defenders if you were playing Part the Bus in 17. Well, you're sort of set up for it, aren't you, Ben? You've been thinking about it.
I've been trying to get somewhere near there, but there's other things in my team. I don't know if I'll do it yet. So what have I got? Trippier, Trent, Saliba, Lascelles was an enabler. I wanted Livramento, but I couldn't get there at the time, and I've got Tsimikas. I mean, could I do it with Tsimikas in the team and Saliba? But they're playing each other, aren't they? Arsenal's playing Liverpool, but they've got West Ham at home in the other game. And then I could sort Keller out and maybe bring in Watkins up front for Nunez. That's what I was thinking.
I can't see us keeping a clean sheet at Anfield.
I know.
But Man U did it.
I know. It's not ideal. That's the thing. I keep getting to these part of the bus weeks, and I keep being like 1 or 2 players short of what I want to do. Maybe I'm trying to be too perfect with my part of the bus, because I could have done it the other week. Was it 14? I had 2 Liverpool and 2 Arsenal, but I had Lindelof in the middle, and I was like, I can't play with him in the team. That's just like playing it with 4 men.
And if you could wild card it now and choose your back 5, who's in it?
Well, that is easy until you get to the 5th one. So Trippier, Trent, Livramento, and Porro for me. All attacking fullbacks. And then the other one is depending what we get midweek. So I want to see who goes through in the League Cup, so that I don't leave myself short of League Cup players in January. So obviously Newcastle are playing Chelsea. Maybe I'll bring in Colwill. He's a cheapie as well as an enabler. I like the look of Aston Villa as well. So you got Konsa. He's good for bonus as well. And then if Newcastle go through, you could even go for 3 at the back with Dan Burn or something like that, or Cher. So I know Cher's went off with an injury at the weekend, so don't really know what's going to happen. We'll get more information after this Chelsea match. What do you think, Connor?
Similar to Ben, I've got Trent, Trips, Tino. I've got Konza. He's got a nice double, and he's nailed, and a bonus machine. And then that 5th slot, that's either Porro, like Ben said, or Robinson for Fulham. I saw Patrick mention his name and just go and have a look. And he's actually quite good as an option. He's got Burnley at home and Bournemouth away. And Fulham are on a bit of form at the minute. and Robinson seems to play every game. He's getting loads of points, and he's quite good for bonus. And attacking fullback can get some returns, so I don't mind him. I think Patrick might have him, and he's part of the bus at the minute for next week. So, yeah, Trent, Trips, Tino, Konza, and Porro or Robinson.
Robinson. Yeah, he's just having a look now. There weren't someone on my radar, but 21 bonus points, 43 tackles is pretty high as well. Nice. Bit of an out there one. Mine was pretty basic. Yeah, I had the same as yours. Trent, Trippier, Porro. I think they're the three that I'll definitely pick. I think it's Porro was. I was having a look the other day, and Porro's hit bonus in like 7 matches in a row now. I think it was. And then I put that's my first 3, and I've done Conser, Colwill. I just think Colwill. Cucurella's out injured now, so Wolves and Crystal Palace look good. They also don't really have much of They played like 4 centre backs, didn't they, for the last game?
Yeah.
Now that Reece James is out, I think Gusto. I wrote him in my notes actually. Gusto could end up being a bit of a secret weapon at 4 point. Not 4.1. I think it's 2. Hang on.
2.1, isn't he?
Yeah, get my games muddled up. 2.1.
He's just coming back from injury now, isn't he?
Yeah, so I wouldn't pick him yet, but he could end up coming up on the radar. But Colwill on that left-hand side seems nailed, and Conser for bonus looks really good. So I'd go Trent, Trippier, Conser, Colwill, and Porro as my 5, I think, if I could. But Tino looks popular. Phil's giving it his in the chat as well. On to the next one. Nathan Wisby, best players to target game week 17 apart from Salah. That could be a bit of a long question, but do you want to kind of blast through a couple you've got or a few?
Watkins, Trips, Konza, Dubravka, and a bit of a differential, Bruno G, the better Bruno.
He's done really well.
He's picking up loads of points at the minute, and it's giving me like a Ward-Prowse vibe before he turned crap. And he's looking back to his best. So he's a differential, but I like him. Decent option.
I've had him at points this season, and he was all right for bonus points. It's just steady Eddie, isn't he?
Yeah, he won't get many goals or assists, but he's looking sharp at the minute, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a few attacking returns.
Him and Paqueta are like quite unfashionable Brazilians, aren't they? When it comes to it, like grafters, but they seem to do really well in the game.
The best mates in real life. They're all over each other's Instagram and that. Yeah.
Oh, they'll probably both end up at City, won't they? Then
I hope not.
I tried to go a bit more out there, but because I thought they'd come up first, but obviously Palmer looks really good. I still think Son, although he didn't do that well this week, he's got a really good double. Eze was on the bench for Crystal Palace. He's going to come back on the radar soon, I reckon. Always does pretty well on bonus. And then maybe Richarlison. Maybe. I don't think I'd pick him, but I think he'd be a good differential, potentially.
Arsenal fans suggesting the Carlson.
What's happening? I've got Son in my team as well. But yeah, Colwill as well. Obviously, just put him in that part of the bus, but I do think he looks like a good option if you want to get some Chelsea players in there.
That Eze, he'd probably be a better option for game week 18 because Palace have a double game week that week. Brentford at home, Everton at home in the FA Cup. They only have a single in 17.
Elise's been doing really well as well.
Yeah.
Once they're back. We sort of covered it a little bit, but do you want to go, Ben, you go for question 2. So Kulusevski or Kudus, if you had to pick one?
Yeah. I was looking at this. Like, Kudus has been averaging 6 points a game. Kulu's 5.7. Kudus has got 20 bonus points to Kulu's 8. Kudus has got 126 points and Kulusevski's got 102. basically Kudus is smashing it, right? But I just think it's too close to AFCON now. After all that, like, I just think Kulusevski's the safer one out of the two. The fixtures are a bit better as well. Like West Ham have got Man United at home, Arsenal away, and then Kudus might get the Brighton game and the Bristol game in the FA Cup, but I don't know. I just think it's risky now bringing him in. But like I was saying, you're booking transfers in this time of the year. There's loads of injuries, suspensions. You only get 2 transfers a week. Just keep it simple. That's what I think. Look at Connor's team. Nice, simple. He doesn't even know what to do his team next week because he's got a fully fit team there. He's not been messing about. That's what you want to do.
Do you agree, Connor?
Yeah, that's why I've got Kulusevski, just because it avoids AFCON. Or otherwise, it would be Kudus.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd be Kudus definitely all day.
The thing is, most people have got Salah already, haven't they? And they're looking that they're going to have to get him out. I've already got Son and Salah, so there's no way I'm bringing in a third. Kulusevski for me, but I can't say that I love the pick, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I would go for. Do you think there's anything in it as well? Like these players that are like a couple of games away from a big tournament. Reckon we start seeing anyone sort of not fully going for it, keeping themselves fit and not wanting to get injured?
Could do, but Kudus didn't look like it at the weekend, did he? He was going for it.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, Salah didn't look very good. But he still had how many 4 shots on target? So that's why his points were quite good this week, because he's still at the target. Unlike Nunez, who can't hit
Yeah.
Unless it's Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to start pointing the fingers at Nunez and Diaz before Salah, I think.
Yeah, but as well. But when Salah goes to the AFCON, Nunez is going to be the main man, isn't he?
We'll see about that.
And if Liverpool get through to the Carabao Cup semi-final, there's more games for him to play. Then you'll be piling into him again.
He'll be on pens. Do you reckon Nunez might be on pens?
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
I don't think I'll bring Nunez back in. We'll see.
We'll see.
Foden out for game week 7. Foden out for a double game week 17 player. Would you hold him? Have we all got Foden?
Yeah.
We've all got him. I'd hold him. Still.
Yeah,
same hold.
Yeah, in an ideal world, you want a double game week player, but with the fixtures coming up for Man City, it's just not worth taking him out to bring him back in again. You're going to want him for the future fixtures. So and it's not a bad fixture anyway, Everton away. Just hold.
Just think he's consistent as well. Like you could, I know we're looking at some of these guys like hitting 20-pointers like Kudus and stuff like that, but you could very easily take Foden, who's getting like 6-7 points a game, out for someone that just gets you 2 lots of 2 or 2 and a 3, which has happened to me a couple of times. So yeah, I'd keep hold of him as well. Oz has got one for you, Connor. How much better is Sky than this game?
I feel like I've covered it.
You do love a bit of Sky.
Yeah, I feel like I've covered it.
I got you into Sky, didn't I, Connor?
Yeah, to be fair, you messaged me saying give it a go at Overhaul to get used to it. I think I only played like 3 weeks after you told me, like, and then I gave up. But then I gave it a proper go season after. I love them both. I feel like Dream Team could take a few ideas from Sky, though. It seems they've changed the game and they've got the lockout now. I was talking about it in Discord earlier. Why don't we have match day lockouts in Dream Team? So you get your 2 transfers for a week, but you've got like a period between the end of Saturday's games and the start of the Sunday's first kickoff. where you can use another transfer if you wanted. So then you can get like some sort of info. And because a lot of people are complaining about the lockout, so it's like a bit of a middle ground.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They could do what they did last year with the rules last year. So if the player doesn't play, he isn't locked. So on the Sunday you could do a transfer, and obviously the ones that played on Saturday you can't move them because they're locked.
Okay.
But if there's someone not in the team on Sunday, like you get the early team news, not the 5 o'clock kickoffs, like obviously just
the first
the
one.
2 o'clock kickoffs. That's the cutoff. Is that what you mean? Like at the beginning of the day? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got match days, but you still got your 2 transfers for the week.
Yeah.
I can't see why that wouldn't work, actually. So you wouldn't be able to take someone out like on Sky, where you can actually take them out.
No, only people who
played.
haven't played. Yeah.
That makes sense. I didn't see this part. I didn't see this part of Oz's question when I was preparing, actually. How many players do you all plan to shuffle around that are non-European out of your 11? Do you think you'll try and just keep maybe like 2 slots or something open, or?
Unfortunately, most of my only non-European players now are 2. So I'll be removing a couple. I might keep Trippier or Tino because Tino's nice and cheap. But I can't see Gordon lasting. I feel like I'll go for a European midfielder like an Odegaard or something.
The defenders might be all right.
Yeah. I mean, Trippier has a lot of money, though, for someone who isn't in Europe. I know he did well last season, but you can probably invest that a lot better and get like a Konzing for him who's got Europe still and gets loads of bonus.
Yeah, there's still 7 game weeks till the European games start, so I mean, it's nothing to worry about yet. You like I say, that's 14 transfers up till the European games start. So yeah, I'm not too fussed about it yet. Obviously, none of the Europa League teams or the conference teams went into the the playoff. They all qualified straight for the round of 16. So they won't be playing until March. So we've only got the Champions League games in February. And it's only, obviously, Man City play the 1 week and then Arsenal play the next week. And then when the second legs start, that's when the Europa games come in. So, I mean, it's not going to matter much unless you can get a full team of City and Arsenal up to March when the Champions League starts in February. So, yes, probably not to worry about. I'm more target like Carabao Cup players if you can in January. It's a double-legged semi-final. So that's 2 extra games.
Yeah, that's good, really. Yeah, I'd already started. Well, I've only bought Son in for now, but I think at the minute, the only people I sort of looking at is maybe Son, or maybe I had an eye on Eze for when he starts playing again, but I probably won't go too far away. Isak's going to come out anyway, and I don't mind holding just maybe 1 Newcastle or something like that. But their defense was so good even when they weren't in Europe, weren't they last season? So could still be decent. Graham sending for me, and who else? Who else was it? Connor as well in the Discord. What goalkeeper? Sorry,
who's that? Is that the dream team number 1 overall?
Is it 1 or 2?
He's joint number 1, isn't he?
Joint number 1. So we'll have to take the abuse then, won't we? We'll have to take the abuse. God, what goalkeepers outscoring Son? I bet it's all of them.
I've got down a serious answer. I've got Dubravka and Leno.
Well, you actually think they will?
Yeah, possibly. They've got a chance.
As someone that's got Son, I didn't give a serious answer to this. I didn't have one. Ben?
Yeah, possibly Dubravka could do it, but with those fixtures. But yeah,
I'm gonna have to slap the armband on Son and I this week. DT Phillips, Salah or Watkins? I think we've got a few of the same question actually in a minute, but Salah or Watkins, your captain for game week 17?
I'm going Watkins out of them two, just because it's more exciting, and Watkins has got a very nice fixture and they're the best team at home. So out of them two, I don't know why I wouldn't go Watkins other than just a fear of Salah. But like I said, Salah's look poor, so I'd go Watkins.
I think this is dependent on your overall rank or your leaderboard, league table you're trying to win. I think if you're at the top, you go Salah, and if you're chasing, you go Watkins, just as a differential. But if you're scared, if you've got Salah and you're scared of Watkins, just bring him in, and then it's only half the damage if someone has Watkins as captain.
So Graham's joint top. He's got Watkins and Salah in his team, and Haaland. So he should go Salah if you were him.
Yeah, I probably would go Salah just because the fixture's pretty even, aren't they? Like Liverpool have got Arsenal at home, and then Burnley away, and then Villa's got Sheffield United at home, and Man United away. But Salah's got the penalties as well, and Watkins isn't on penalties. That's another thing as well.
Yeah, I think I'd be tempted to go differential this week, but and go for the Watkins pick. But great, Graham, keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to us. What do we know? What do we know, mate? I missed this one as well. You pointed this one out, Connor. So Charlie Choin, guaranteed City will draw Copenhagen in the second round, and Villa in the Conference League will be an easy tie, but one they'll want to win. Is it the perfect time for Park the Bus? So is that right then? So Ben, they might not actually be at the same time, will they? Those games, is that right?
No, they won't be on the same game week. So you can't like pick us. Well, you can if you want, but it's only a single for one team. You know. So Man City will have a double, while Arsenal will have a single, and then when Arsenal have a double, City will have the single. He'll keep doing that in the first 2 weeks, and then you've got in game week 26. That's when the Europa League and Conference League starts, and that's when you'll get the extra teams playing for the second legs of the Champions League.
I'll just quickly double back to this one in the comments. We've got Nathan. So just while we're there, Watkins or Son? Son's on pens and some set pieces. If you had to quick fire, Watkins or Son?
Watkins for me, just because I said Watkins over Salah, so I can't go Son over Watkins. I feel Watkins is the one.
Ben?
Wait, Douglas Luiz as well. Isn't he banged for next week? Or is it?
I think he's just missed it. Yeah, I think
it's this week. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think I'm still edging Watkins over Son.
Go Sonny. Go Sonny.
He's got 9 goals and 9 assists so far this season.
Watkins. Yeah, I think Son's is mostly just goals, isn't it, as well? Yeah, I'd like to say that I'd go Son, but I think Watkins is the better captain, to be fair.
Are you bringing him in?
Who, Watkins? Yeah. It would depend on Haaland. It would depend on Haaland. If Haaland doesn't play a part in these Club World Cup games, I think I'd be willing to just bring Watkins in for Isak, and then I'll have to decide between the two. I kind of want to captain Son now, though. Get back at Graham. Yeah, that is a tough one, but I think Watkins probably is the better captain pick. What was you going to say? What
about Watkins? Is 2 games over Haaland's 1 game against Everton?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is it worth just going Watkins anyway? Because I do like what you're saying about, and people aren't going to captain Haaland, so you're not going to get double punished, are you? So yeah, it's tough. Is this a question or is this just Connor fighting back against Graham? We've got good banter in the Discord if you want to join. Let's just check this out. Trippier, Watkins. Oh, what are our plans on bringing back Haaland? But we pretty much covered that, didn't we? I think now. Best big players to target for the FA Cup fixture. Likely to play against Minnows. What do you reckon?
Well, Man City, Huddersfield's a big one for me. Yeah. They're the obvious ones. You got Villa's playing Middlesbrough at home as well. But like you say, this is going to be horrible, this FA Cup week, because we're going to have a lockout.
Could it end up being a double? Could it end up being a double as well?
So it will be a double for the Carabao Cup semi-finals first leg. But what I was going to say is it's going to be horrible to know who's going to start these games, because there's going to be a lockout on the Friday, isn't there? Because who's the Friday game now? I forgot now. Just double check. There's a Thursday match, and then obviously that's in the game week 18. We talked about that last week, Crystal Palace and Everton.
Is it 18 or 19 this week? The FA Cup? 19.
The FA Cup's in 19, but the Crystal Palace Everton game falls at the end of 18 on the Thursday.
So Friday, you've got Brentford Wolves at 7:15 is the earliest one. So it'll be an hour before that, Brentford Wolves.
Yeah.
And then you might still get to see the lineups for Fulham, Rotherham. And then Spurs Burnley's at 8. So does that mean we might get, what is that, 15? Might get a little bit of time to have a look at the Spurs lineup.
So 6:15 will be the deadline, won't it?
Yeah, so we won't see the Spurs one at 7.
No. So
yeah,
that's
horrible.
Tricky.
Yeah, I think I'll swerve. I
think as well, you got more chance of stronger teams when they play against stronger opponents, if you know what I mean.
Like Arsenal playing the Minnows of Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. I think I'd just go wait and see what happens to Carabao, and then just at least you've got the insurance policy, haven't you? If you get a double game weeker that week.
Nunez will have a double if he gets through. Arsenal away, and then the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg.
I'm in the ballot to try and get tickets for that game. And if Darwin ends up scoring in that one, I'm leaving.
Isak might have a double then as well. Sunderland in the FA Cup away, and then Carabao Cup first leg if they beat Chelsea.
I think we'll go strong against Sunderland. So I've got their players down as like players to target, because I feel like if they do have a double, you will get some good players getting a double, like Trippier. And I've also got Tottenham, got Richarlison and Kulusevski, because it's just another Prem team. So I thought, and it's at home, so they might play like a Richarlison, but I'd be avoiding that one. And most people got a lot of Newcastle players, so Newcastle is probably my standout fixture out of the FA Cup.
Sunderland have just got a new manager though, Michael Beale.
Yeah.
That's as of today, isn't it? I think.
It don't matter. We'll still batter them.
5-0.
No, 5-1. They'll get a dodgy goal, and I think they're going to get back into it 2-1, and then we'll put 3 past them. Miggy hat trick.
Oh, he's called it. You got to put him in now.
I can clip that. Nathan's said is Watkins a must-have this week. I think we've spent a lot of time on Watkins, but must-have.
He's pretty close to being one. I mean, like you say, it's if Haaland's back. If Haaland's not back, I don't see why you won't get Watkins in.
Ben?
Yeah. Like you say, my situation, it's a bit 50-50 about getting Watkins in, because obviously that goalkeeper is not going to play in game week 17. So, and there's a few players in my team I might want to move on if I'm going to park the bus. So Yeah, it's close to a must-have. I mean, if I had 4 transfers, I'd definitely get him in. So in other games, you can splurge a couple of 4 transfers in 1 week, but you can't in Dream Team. You can only do 2 at a time unless you like save up for, was it 3 or 4 weeks? So yeah.
So must have if Haaland isn't available. Is that fair?
That's yours then. So you're going Haaland, then Watkins. Saves your transfer as well, but I suppose you could do a daisy chain, couldn't you? Because eventually
Kelleher as well is the only thing.
Yeah. Are you going to get rid of Kelleher this week?
Yeah, I think I will go Dubravka, but I kind of was liking the look of maybe going for like a Petrovic, or in my head I was also thinking I'd like Martinez, but I'm just looking at the money, and that is a lot of money to save.
Yeah, it's wasting money, wasting millions.
Yeah. Especially as I can't on that 1K ownership. He was high up. I think he was on here, wasn't he? I'm sure I saw him, Dubravka. Yeah, look, 35% owned in the top 1K. That's pretty high, isn't it?
Yeah.
Matt Woolley, how scared would you be not owning Haaland this week, even though he just has the single game? I'm not fussed. I'm not that scared if everyone's not going to captain him. I think now we're talking about, I think Watkins in 2 games could equal Haaland in 1. Would you say? I don't want to spoil the question, but that's my thoughts. I'm not too scared where he won't be captained.
Yeah.
Would you be scared if KUB started behind Haaland, and then you've got a bit more creativity and a funnel straight to Haaland's head at back post?
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. I hadn't thought of that scenario. That does sound quite scary now you say it. What about you, Ben?
I'm not too bothered. Like I said before, I'm not bothered about having Haaland next week. Just for the single. I definitely want him for Sheffield United though, and then from there on. I mean, I can't go against the double game week players, like especially Watkins, with those fixtures. So yeah.
Then the other part was, would you like Dream Team to count points from the Club World Cup? Con?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. We've got all European Cups, so I don't know what harm that would do if you added that. It's just some extra games to add to it. I don't think it'll make it worse. I don't know. I don't really care if I did add it.
Yeah.
It's just extra games, isn't it?
What's the score, Ben? Is that what you're watching? Have I caught you?
Yeah, I've just we won 3-2.
Oh, nice.
Straight back up.
Go on, you go. Club World Cup. Would you want points for it?
Yeah, I'm not too keen on it because there's only one team that can play in it, so it's not really that fair, I suppose. We've got all the other competitions, like you said. So yeah, I know it's only 2 games, but they could end up smashing somebody like 6-7-0, some African team or whatever, and it's just, I think it's unfair. You could, if it was in, you'd plan for it, wouldn't you? And you'd put more Man City players in. That's all. So, but yeah, I don't think it'd be good.
I don't think it should. I was just looking who's in it because I don't really know, but it was Urawa Reds from the J League, and you said Fluminense. Did they just win?
Yeah, Fluminense.
And there was Al He, an Egyptian side that just beat that Al Ittihad that Benzema plays for.
Yeah.
So that's the standard. Benzema's team got knocked out by an Egyptian side.
Yeah, it's 7 teams, and 6 teams that have won their Continental Cup, and then it's the team of the champions of the country that's hosting it. So that's why there's a Saudi team in it. Benzema's team.
That's a bad look, them losing though, isn't it?
To the African champions.
I think they had. I think that's Kante's team, Benzema's team.
Yeah.
And
Fabinho.
Fabinho.
I'm pretty sure Benzema missed a pen as well.
I think he got a goal. I think he did get one goal.
Yeah.
Nah, let's not count them. Areola, this is Nathan. Areola, keep or sell? And if so, for what other goalkeeper? Maybe apart from Dubravka, seeing as we've all pretty much said we want Dubravka. Any others? Or would you keep or sell first?
Well, I heard somewhere today that he didn't play at the weekend because he just wanted to make sure he was right, because he still had his hand strapped up, even though he was on the bench. So, and apparently he's still first choice. But Fabianski got another clean sheet, didn't he? So we'll see who plays in the cup. But if Fabianski plays in the cup, then I would imagine Areola will be back in at the weekend. And if you're going to sell, yeah, it's got to be Dubravka. It's just a gift, like I keep saying, 1.6 million. Nailed until January at least.
Well, Areola, he's 1.9 mil. Unless you put in more budget into your keeper, it's got to be Dubravka, really. I mean, there's Lenger. Like I said, I like Lenger. I think he's a really underrated keeper, and he's doing well. To be fair, if you look at points total, 72 points. Pickford's on 82. He seems quite popular. I know the current top dog in the Discord, Graham, he's got Pickford. But yeah, Dubravka.
Yeah, other than him, the only person that I'd be semi interested in is just to see if this Petrovic keeps his place, but it is a hefty bit more. It's 2.4. I mean, if he plays Newcastle in midweek and then there's still no sign of Sanchez on the bench, he's got Wolves, Crystal Palace, Luton, Preston. If he beats Newcastle, he'll have a double game week in that Preston one. But it just is if he loses his place to Sanchez when he comes back. I think if he keeps a run of clean sheets, he surely stays in, doesn't he? You'd have to think.
Yeah. How do we know when Sanchez could be back?
No.
I know he went to see a specialist.
Yeah, and I saw I've gone that Premier League.
That's another reason why I just rather go with Dubravka, just because I know that he'll play. And I ain't going to get no surprises of Sanchez coming back in a couple of weeks like we did with Alisson.
Yeah, and even if Dubravka gets replaced in like January, you're going to hear the talk beforehand. You're going to see the Fabrizio Romano. Here we go, David De Gea. we're gonna see all that beforehand. We'll have time to respond. So I do think
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale.
Fingers
Ramsdale
crossed.
and Ramsdale's dad off to Newcastle. Who's up next? I think, have we done this already? Trippier captain, game week 17. Thoughts? I think you both liked it, didn't you?
Yeah.
I've just put his goals on my notes.
Triple Newcastle defence. You're not far off triple Newcastle, are you? At the back.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
You're on it, aren't you, Connor? You got Liver.
I'm on it. Tino, Trips, and Dubravka. To be honest, I put Son and Watkins as long as Haaland isn't back, just because more upside. If you haven't already got Newcastle, I was on double Newcastle, but then I like kind of forcing to Dubravka because he's like the best cheap option, so that's why I've got triple. If Haaland's not back, I'd be going for upside in Watkins and Son.
Yeah, I guess what's best over the next 3 weeks all depends if Haaland's back. I'm expecting him to come back. I think I'd say the Son and Watkins route. What about you, Ben?
Yeah, I'd go Son and Watkins just because you've already got double Newcastle, so you're still going to get a little boost from that, and then you've got your Son and Watkins. So you're sort of edging your bets. Anyway, and as well, after this double game week in 17, they play Liverpool away, so that's a tough fixture. I think that'll be Salah's last game, possibly, before AFCON.
And then I guess even if they get through, the game that will go alongside the Sunderland game is probably going to be quite hard, isn't it? The teams that you've got left. And then it's followed by City and Villa as well.
They could play Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup semi-final because they're playing Port Vale. So one of them two is going to be in the semi-final. So there could be a little treat in there for somebody.
We keep missing that because that's not on the fixture tickers, is it?
Yeah.
Is that all? Is that yeah? We've made it through a lot of questions here. On to the leaderboards. So we've got the Tonic Cash League top 10. We're just going to read the top 10's on the screen, but we're just going to read over the top 3 because we've been going an hour and 20 now. So top 3, we've got H Cartridge, we've got C Tobin, and G Payne. Those two fighting it out with their little rivalry up the top of the Tonic Cash League as well. So well done to you 3. A lot of is that everyone used their part of the bus as well? Everyone in the top 10? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the whole lot played the part of the bus. Ben, do you want to go tag team?
Yep. So third place, Liam Greaves and Matt Brackley. Second place, Baz McCormack and Ben Coles. And top of the shop, Tony Sutcliffe and Andy Barnett.
Well played. Don't worry, Connor. We'll be up there soon. We'll be up there. You got a Patreon Cash League there, Connor? Do you want to do that one? Top 3?
Yeah. Third place, A Sutcliffe. Second place, C Tobin. And in number 1, it's the Oracle. It's Ben Coles.
1
Fellow
point lead.
Newcastle fan. Doing well. Premier League top 10 or top 3. We've got Andy Barnett up into 3rd. I'm still clinging on in 2nd place, and then B Coles again, top position. Well done. Championship, Ben.
Connor Tobin in 3rd, Tony Sutcliffe 2nd, and Aaron Wade top.
Well played.
He's inside the top 100 as well, Aaron Wade.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice. I think we've got quite a few in there now, haven't we? Taking my spot, I reckon. Go on, Connor, you could do League 1 as well.
Oh God. S Broughton in 3rd. Sorry if I butchered your name. 2nd, M Warner, and top of the shop, G Payne.
Well played. One last reminder as well as I double back to this Tonic Cash League. There's monthly prizes as well. So if you go on ffstuff.co.uk, you can have a look at this Cash League and you can sort it by monthly points. And it ends on, is it the final day of the calendar month?
Yeah.
Final day of the calendar month. So
it'll be December 31st this year.
Oh, that's the best one. Month. We'll have to remember to get the screenshot on that one.
On New Year's Eve.
Nice and early. But yeah, that's still all to play for. So don't give up in that one. You could still win the monthly prizes. But that is everything for this episode. Cheers to everyone in the chat that's joined us this evening. And if you do want to join the Patreon and you can join the live chat for these live streams, there's a link in the description below for that one. And do leave a like on the video too. Anything else there to add, Ben?
No, thanks everyone for listening.
Thanks for coming as well, Connor.
Thanks for having me. 3rd podcast, hopefully many more. Hat trick.
Cheers, Connor.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot. I'll see you all later. Cheers, guys.
See you later. Cheers, Army.